This question is offensive to Tom Brady. That's what it is. Aaron Rodgers shouldn't even be in the same sentence with Tom Brady. It's not even close because Tom Brady is coming off what I believe was his most consistent and his greatest season ever, albeit in just 12 games.
Why was it only 12 games?
I'm going to finish before we start with your bull jive.
Wow. Bull jive.
And by the way,
the bull jive.
Tom Brady pulled this one off at age 39, which is just unheard of. 28 touchdown passes to only 2 interceptions, which is the greatest touchdown to interception ratio in NFL history, 28-2. He had no fumbles lost in 12 games. So in 16 games, Aaron Rodgers threw only 7 interceptions, but he also lost 4 fumbles. So let's get this straight. Tom Brady had 2 total turnovers in 12 games, while Aaron Rodgers had 11 in 16. Let's see, 2 and 12. I think I'll take the 2 and 12. That's just me, but who knows?
But he missed 4 games.
But Tom Brady lost what a lot of people think was the most dominant receiver in pro football. This guy named Gronkowski. Is that fair to say?
Yep.
Almost unguardable by 2 people. And he lost him 5 games ago. And obviously, Aaron Rodgers has had his favorite and best receiver for the whole year, which is why Jordy Nelson led the National Football League in touchdown catches with 14. So now we could talk right now. We're talking about who's better right now, and right now is the playoffs. Or we're going into the playoffs. Am I right about that? And I had to sit here yesterday and hear my partner across the desk talk about what an historical season Aaron Rodgers is having. And I'm mind-blown on that one. Historical, exactly how? And we're looking at his career historically, or what are we looking at? Because since that one playoff run to his only Super Bowl victory, Aaron Rodgers is 3-5 in the postseason, including 2 home playoff losses. He lost twice at Lambeau Field as the starting quarterback in a playoff. Really? Aaron Rodgers is 3-5?
Tom Brady lost 2 losses in the playoff?
Okay.
Has he lost
Tom
2 home
Brady
games?
is the winningest quarterback in playoff history at 22-9. 22-9.
He lost 9 games in the playoffs? Wow,
Okay.
that's a
so
lot of games.
obviously, Tom Brady has won 4 Super Bowls and should have won the 2 that
No,
he lost
he
because
should
he
not
put them
have.
in position.
No, he should
in
not
both
have.
games, they were in position to win both. Eli Manning closed his eyes and made the luckiest throw in the history of the Super Bowl. Anybody would agree with that. And Tom Brady slightly missed a throw that, as you said the other day, Welker should have still caught the football.
You think Aaron Rodgers would have missed a wide-open receiver with the
He must have
Super
missed a
Bowl on
lot
the
if
line?
he's 3-5
It would have never
in the last.
happened. It would have never happened.
Yeah, it would have never happened. 3-5 since his Super Bowl run. So I look at Tom Brady has started 10 AFC championship games. 10. That's unbelievable. So Aaron Rodgers has played in 2 championship games, 10-2. So going forward in these playoffs, I think I'd rather have, I don't know, just me, I think I'd rather have Tom Brady, who played just 2 years ago, who played the greatest 4th quarter in Super Bowl history. It ain't even close on this one. It was Tom Brady against one of the all-time great defenses in Super Bowl history, the Legion of Boom, which was at its peak. I know a couple of them were beat up, but they were still at their peak. They were hard to score against. And you know what he did in this 4th quarter? Tom Brady went 13 of 15 for 124 yards and 2 touchdowns in the 4th quarter. You want to talk historical? That's historical to me. You want to talk career? You want to talk about right now going forward in the playoffs? I think I'll take Tom Brady, and any argument you would make contrary to that will be laughable to me. So now the floor is yours.
I love the stuff that you leave out. You leave out when it comes to Tom Brady. First of all, if he's the greatest of all time, what is Eli since he beat Tom Brady twice? Eli's 2-0 against Tom Brady, including that 18-0 team that everybody thought was the greatest.
Tom Brady did exactly what he always does. He threw it to Randy Moss for the touchdown that made it 14-10, and
But
it should have been
win?
game over.
They didn't win.
Was it Tom Brady's fault?
They
lost.
win.
It was
also,
not his fault.
no one ever. You didn't mention that one at all about Spygate, which helped him. You didn't mention Deflategate. He was suspended. That's why he only played 12 games.
Oh, please.
Why?
That was the biggest
to you.
frame and railroad
also,
job
he played
in
his
the
whole
history
career
of football.
against the AFC least. He's feasted on these bad teams, Jets, Buffalo, all these bad teams that he's been able to beat up and stockpile numbers and
Jets
wins.
have been just
And then when you talk about Aaron Rodgers, you failed to mention that Aaron Rodgers has a 104.1 passer rating, which is the best quarterback in the history of the NFL. The history of the NFL. He also had a 122.5
what
passer rating for season in the season in 2011, and also he has the best touchdown to interception ratio in the history of the NFL. So you act as if none of that stuff matters. He's been, you know what his record is in the Super Bowl? He's 1-0. And when you talk about those 5 losses Green Bay's had, I believe all five of them have come at the last play of the game. Aaron Rodgers wasn't on the field in any of those games. They all came up with the defense or some misplay.
How did it come down to the last play when you have Aaron Rodgers at quarterback?
But that's not his fault. So when you look at the whole picture of what Tom Brady's a great quarterback. Is he the greatest quarterback ever? He's not. I still believe Joe Montana is, but if you ask me, who are you taking, Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady? And without crib notes now, it's different if you got crib notes. Without the crib notes, I'm going with Aaron Rodgers. He does everything well.
So
he moves
you
well with the
disregard
football.
the facts.
No, I'm giving you the facts.
Go
I
with
just
your
told
heart.
you.
You'll take Aaron Rodgers with your heart.
I just told you. The best
Okay.
quarterback rating of any quarterback in the history of the National Football League.
Yeah.
He currently has that? Is that what you're
Yes.
saying?
Yes, he does.
I feel like there's Wikipedia and then there's Robopedia.
No, Robopedia.
Where
I think that was
any facts are
Robopedia.
just sort of molded
I'm
into
gonna
this.
trademark that, Robopedia.
You should, because it's borderline virtual reality. I don't know where it goes with that stuff. The other idea of this quarterback beating that quarterback, it's not tennis. The quarterbacks aren't playing against each other. The teams are playing
That's
against
how
each
we
other.
do it. That's how we do it.
It doesn't make it right. That's just because you do it that way, it doesn't mean it's the right way to do it.
Who won the Super Bowl those 2 years?
But,
Eli
but the
Manning
whole
won 'em.
idea of like Eli versus Tom Brady, it's not like sumo wrestling or golf. There's a whole team playing. That's the beauty of football.
Tom Brady missed the throw in that Super Bowl that cost his team the game. Would you agree?
Okay, but it wasn't an NFL challenge at the Pro Bowl where they were trying to hit ducks on a barrel or something. There's a whole team playing, so you can't look at it as Brady versus Eli. So Eli's better because he won those 2 Super Bowls. It's Robopedia or virtual reality. The thing that I'd say with these two guys, look, I think Aaron Rodgers is really hard to defend. I think what he's done this season has been incredibly impressive because they haven't had the running game, and he's had to work through that, and he's had to overcome that, and that to me is significant. Now, the thing with Tom that's different is it doesn't matter who his receivers are. Okay, he finds a way to make whatever receiving group he has better than what they should be. And that, in my mind, is the mark of a great quarterback. And he's done it since the early days when I was there till right now. And at the end of the day, Tom is the guy I would take over anybody at any point just because of my experience with him and how clutch he is and how much he means to that team.
Did you see those playoff games against Baltimore and Foxborough? Those 3 years in a row where they should have lost all 3. Tom Brady wasn't that great. There were a couple of years. People act like he's done nothing but win, win, win. He's lost
his
playoff games.
His last 3 playoff road games, he's lost.
He's lost. He doesn't go on the road and win big games.
But you know what I want to do? I want to take Skip because he said Tom Brady played the greatest 4th quarter in history. But he won't mention Richard Sherman played that game, entered that game with a torn elbow ligament. He won't mention that Cam Chancellor had a torn knee ligament in his knee. He won't mention Earl Thomas had a torn labrum. He entered that game with those injuries. Lane not only broke his leg, but tore his ACL in that game. He won't mention that.
How did they dominate the NFC Championship game?
They got those injuries in the NFC
I'm
Championship
not sure
game.
about that.
Skip, stop now. You know he did. Now, you know they did. For me, Tom Brady is the most accomplished quarterback. But if you give me a choice, say you got to take one right now, I'm taking Aaron Rodgers. Because what he can do in and out of the pocket, the way he can throw the football. I've seen all these guys play. And I played with Elway for 9 years. I saw Marino in his prime. I saw a lot of great quarterbacks that's in the Hall of Fame. I've never seen anybody spin the ball better than this young man can with the legs that he has.
Not that young anymore, but go ahead.
He's 32.
He's in
younger
his prime.
So he's going to play another 7 years. Skip, he has a 4-to-1 touchdown to interception ratio. Brady is number 2, and it's not 3-to-1. The guy has 2 seasons in which he's thrown double-digit interceptions. Brady has 9. Peyton Manning has all the records. He's only had 1 season in which he didn't throw double-digit interceptions. There's nothing this man can't do, Skip. He can roll to his left. He can roll to his right. He can throw from the pocket. He can change arm angles. You saw him throw it 60 yards on a rope at sub-zero temperature in Chicago, but he got 3 first downs on Sunday night with his legs. Skip, he's the most gifted thrower of the football that the NFL has ever encountered.